villagers, saying that the community should contribute 3 times the amount of they contributed. And so matters became elephant in the village of Karachwanyo. Karachwanyo became a land of the dead, as incidents of the dead haunting the living increased in the village. Karachwanyo had now become a shadow of its own. And the villagers, besides being haunted, they were now dying of hunger. One and only, one and only, one and only, let me war. One and only, one and only, one and only, let me war. Then the weirdest of things started happening. It started with the death of Jakongo. Jakongo was this type of a person who could drink from morning until evening and walk home staggering. Jakongo could make a lot of noise that could disrupt all night activities, from the cooking of food to the conceiving of babies. It was in one of his usual drinking nights, and the whole village went silent. Now, what had happened to Jakongo? Where was Jakongo? Jakongo had stopped drinking. And on the villagers realizing this good news, they decided to celebrate by buying the same Jakongo beer. Jakongo drank until his heart stopped and was declared dead before reaching the hospital. On taking Jakongo to the mortuary, Jakongo declared that the community should contribute 3 times the amount they used to contribute for the dead. He also declared that Jakongo did not need preservation, for the amount of alcohol content in his body was already a preservative. The villagers, being desperate to get rid of Jakongo, they decided to bury Jakongo and forgot about him. But Karachwanyo was a land of weird happenings. And this night, ladies and gentlemen, this night was not an exception. Jakongo woke up only to find himself 6 feet under. It was at this time that Jakongo was sober. Suddenly, as he was trying to free himself from the coffin, someone was undigging the grave. And judging from the consciousness of the grave digger, Jakongo decided to play dead for his safety. Then the grave digger removed the coffin and placed it on the ground. He then started undressing Jakongo. Jakongo maintained his composure. Then the weirdest of things happened. The grave digger decided to confirm if Jakongo was truly dead. He therefore touched the forehead. It was cold. He then touched the chest. Very cold. He then touched the stomach. Extremely cold. And then he... Omera! Ladies and gentlemen, it was warm. On realizing this, Jakongo screamed his lungs out, only to prompt the grave digger to take off. It took Jakongo a few seconds to discover that someone had been visiting the dead and taking their jewelry from them. Out of confusion, Jakongo took off after the grave digger. He ran at a sudden lightning speed until he caught up with the grave digger and grabbed him and looked at his face. One and only, one and only, one and only, let me war. One and only. It was disappointing for Jakongo, only to find out, kumbe it was Jaworo who had been stealing from the dead. The noise from the two convert the whole village. The villagers were disappointed that Jaworo could do this to them. It is for that reason that they decided to excommunicate Jaworo from the village, never to be seen again. And for Jakongo, his great deed had earned him a place as the attendant of the village. Ladies and gentlemen, may the goodness of our story go with you wherever you may go, and may the nostalgia of our production hold you forever. Go to